Yo, what's going on? Mike from Mike Talk Sports. So the nightmare offseason continues for the Philadelphia Eagles. They just had to cut ways with Darius Slay, their lockdown number one corner of this past season in the last 3 years for them. Now, I completely get the move if they pivot and sign CJ Gardner-Johnson. Now, they just re-signed James Bradberry. I honestly still think Darius Slay is slightly better than James Bradberry at this point. It's kind of surprising that James Bradberry is 3 years younger than Darius Slay. Darius Slay is 32 years old right now, but Darius Slay seems like the younger, fresher player. He's more agile, quick, and athletic at this point in his career, in my opinion. And even though he's 32 years old, to me, big play Slay could still really contribute to a couple of football teams. And today I'm going to get into two teams I can really see Darius Slay going to, and then one wild card team that I think it would be fun for Darius Slay to end up with. Darius Slay is really a guy I can see fit into any system. Again, at this point in his career, he's 32 years old. He's an extremely smart, high football IQ, heady player out there. So he can really fit into any zone coverage. And at this point in his career, it would be good to protect him a little bit more in a zone coverage. But don't make any mistake about it, guys. Big play Slay could still play man-to-man. The perfect example of this was the Vikings-Eagles game this year. The Eagles said, you know what? We like your matchup against Justin Jefferson on tape. We're going to leave you on an island one-on-one all game. We're going to have you press man coverage on Justin Jefferson all game, and then we're going to have a safety over the top, CJ Gardner-Johnson over the top. He's going to help you out, but you're going to press him for the first 15 yards he runs his route. So comebacks, curl routes, out routes, screens. Big play Slay absolutely locked up Justin Jefferson in that primetime game. The fact that he can lock up arguably the best route runner and the most athletic receiver in the league in his 10th season, to me proves he still has a couple years left in the tank. So for a team like the Philadelphia Eagles to let him go, again, I understand it for cap reasons, but I do disagree with re-signing James Bradberry and letting Darius Slay walk. So team number one, I can see him going to. Why don't you reunite with the man who you saw a great season under, your former defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, for the Arizona Cardinals? Now, the Arizona Cardinals have the third most cap space in the NFL right now. They just let Byron Murphy walk. I mean, it is ground zero for the cornerback group for Arizona. They basically only have Marco Wilson, and that's it on the roster at the moment. Everyone else, I don't even think is going to make the roster for the 53-man roster. So only having Marco Wilson as your only cornerback, you need to be able to throw the most amount of money possible at Darius Slay. Does Darius Slay want to win a Super Bowl? Yes, but at this point in his career, again, he's 32 years old. He still has some good years left in him. If he could play on a team for 2 years who throws the most amount of money on him, and then the last year of his career, year 3, year 4, 3-4 years down the road, he can still be a cornerback 3, cornerback 4 on a Super Bowl winning team. To me, that's the direction he should go in. There's no reason to chase rings if you can play another 4 years, get paid by a team that's so desperate for a cornerback. Again, losing Byron Murphy is such a significant blow to the Arizona Cardinals and Jonathan Gannon. This Jonathan Gannon cover 4 quarters Vic Fangio scheme is so significantly reliant on cornerback play and really good press corner play. That's why you saw the Philadelphia Eagles blitzed the least amount of times in the National Football League last year, and they had a historic sack rate. It's because of guys like Darius Slay. You know Jonathan Gannon is going to new GM Monty Ossenfort and going, we need to sign Darius Slay. It's going to be a great transition for this team year one in this new system. You get a veteran corner in there who can teach the rest of the cornerback group, the system, the plays, everything. I love the fit here. Get the most amount of money you can at this point in your career, Darius Slay. Option 2, if you want to go the Super Bowl winning route, I completely get it. So option 2 for Darius Slay, it's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Cincinnati Bengals have had pretty solid cornerback play over the last 2 seasons, but they really need to replenish that group, capitalize on this Super Bowl window they have when they have guys like Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins on really cheap rookie deals, so capitalize on that Super Bowl window. You have Eli Apple and Trey Flowers. They've played okay for them, but they're hitting free agency. They haven't re-signed them yet. At the moment, they basically only have Chidobe Awuzie, and he was out for the season with an ACL tear. Now, it happened pretty early on in the season. He was having an absolutely phenomenal year before he got injured, so I would expect Chidobe Awuzie to be back by week 1, but still, you really want to shore up that second outside cornerback spot or even that first cornerback spot for the Cincinnati Bengals. If you're going to make a deep run at the playoffs and you want to win a Super Bowl, you need extremely stable cornerback play. You arguably lost the Super Bowl because you had to guard Cooper Kupp with Eli Apple. So get Darius Slay in there. It's a significant need for this group, and it really allows you to draft another position, maybe draft offensive line while capitalizing on that Super Bowl window. Cornerback for rookies is so tough. It's such a tough transition. So when you're in a Super Bowl window, it's smarter to sign a veteran corner than it is to take a risk on a corner in the draft you don't know is going to hit. Not only do you not know he's going to hit, but more importantly, if he's a great prospect and he does hit, oftentimes year 1, there's a lot of learning curves. There's a lot of ups and there's a lot of downs, and you need more consistency if you want to win a Super Bowl. So I really love that fit with the Cincinnati Bengals for Big Play Slay. The third surprise team I'm talking about, why not the Detroit Lions? Buy all into your old team. Go back to your old team. I know he has a lot of love and admiration for the Lions. He has a lot of love and admiration for the Philadelphia Eagles too. Darius Slay just seems like that guy who's never going to burn a bridge. Why not cross that bridge again? You have a good team in Detroit now. They look poised to win that division. If they add Big Play Slay, I know they already have 2 pretty good cornerbacks there, but if you add Darius Slay, that's a great veteran presence for this young defense that really struggled last season. I think a lot of people are very excited about the Lions, rightfully so, but still, their defense was absolutely atrocious for most of the season last year. It's why they lost the majority of the games that they did end up losing, because that offense was so good. So get Darius Slay back in a Detroit Lions uniform. I'd love to see it.